main question is, we're seeing this sort of explosion in tech. A lot of people are pausing it. How are you sort of seeing the advancements that are most important so far? And going forward, what's most exciting? What's the most exciting for you?
Yeah. So first of all, welcome everybody. Thrilled to be here. First of all, you got to look at tech in the big picture. It's been changing society for hundreds of years. With agriculture and printing and steam engines and electricity and the internet. And tech grows in itself. The internet caused A, B, and C, semiconductors, and Gorilla Glass caused the iPhone. And so this is just another wave. We're here in London because we call it the tech conference here, but it's also diaspora now. So if you went back 10 years, it was mostly in the United States and concentrated in Silicon Valley, Boston, New York. Now it's everywhere. We have a tech center in Berlin, Glasgow, Edinburgh, which I think is great. You have more innovation taking place. I think it's really important for Europe. And obviously the thing now is all about AI, which I think is real and is going to change an awful lot of things. Can I just mention one other thing?
Please.
There's always been a fear of tech that's going to take away jobs, but you got to look at the big picture. And sometimes it does, but in the big picture, it is why mankind has gotten better and better, lives longer, GDPs go up, productivity goes up, health gets better, work hours go down. So people have to keep in mind the benefits are huge. We probably have to find a better way to help the people get hurt by it.
So you talk about the people who are getting hurt by it, and in a previous interview you were talking about how it's going to reduce some jobs and it's going to create others. Yeah. Which jobs do you expect to get eliminated and which jobs do you expect to get created?
Yeah, we don't really know yet. We shouldn't put our head in the sand. We know it's going to be true. So a lot of jobs, your job will be enhanced. You'll get more research, more questions, you'll have like a real super assistant, chief of staff on your shoulder when you wake up, but you're still going to be interviewing people. Other jobs, it will handle error rates, or, it already hedges our trading equity floors, and it's already been used for risk, fraud, marketing. Hasn't really eliminated a lot of jobs, but it created effectiveness in terms of productivity by, reducing fraud losses. And then if it changes jobs in operations and elsewhere, we'll deal with it. We have turnover 20% a year. We love to retrain people, redeploy them, re-educate them. And so I'm not worried about it. And if it works for the customer and the client, we can kind of do more. That's the other thing. For a successful company, if you're growing and expanding, you're actually almost always getting jobs. So, to me, I want to have a successful company, and we'll deal with whatever the downside is of AI.
So I was speaking with another head of a major U.S. bank who was saying that he expects his bank to keep growing in terms of business, in terms of assets, but stay the same size when it comes to staff. Do you feel the same for JPMorgan?
I don't really know, to tell you the truth, and I don't try to predetermine that. So if you look at what we're doing, we're still opening branches. We're still opening branches in cities around the world. We've added 1,000 people in AI itself. We're adding people and data scientists. Journey to the cloud. We have 44,000 engineers. So I think what we're going to see is some down, some up. In general, if we're a growing company, I would expect to go up a little bit.